Go.
Hello guys, what's up? Today we were going to explain to you what these things are called. Now these things is called a feeler gauge. They're mixed with a whole bunch of thin metal sheaves, which of course they have measurements on. 26 thousandths, all the way down to, where's our thin one? Pause it. Now this one in particular is set up where our tiniest measurement is going to be between all these thicker ones to be protected, of course, from the elements. Now, feeler gauges are used in a whole different wide variety of applications, such as measuring the surface of how flat the cylinder head surface is, or measuring a piston ring gap. We have another tool. These are also called feeler gauges that are in 90 degrees. Which go in there, you feel how big a gap is. You can also use them in automotive, diesel tech, even woodworking. Anything that you want to see how big the gap is, how small of a clearance you have, you can use it.
How much is that?
Pause it. So, on this feeler gauge, we have our measurements, of course, which is going to be 4 thousandths of an inch all the way up to 25 thousandths of an inch. So, usually they're not set up to where they go in up slowly by 1 thousandth of an inch, but this one in particular is. Sometimes it goes from 1 thousandth of an inch all the way up to differences of 5 thousandths of an inch, just depending on what kind of feeler gauge you have. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of these measurements. So let's grab this 14 thousandths of an inch, and we're just gonna measure here with our tool in 14 thousandths. It reads about 14,000 on here. Let's take another one for example. This one's gonna be our 17 thousandths of an inch.
You're not even at it 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know. And that's about 17 thousandths of an inch. So now we're going to take you through an example. So first we'll do our cylinder head, since it's right next to us. So we'll take our straight edge. It helps us out to figure out how straight our surface is. And we're going to take our gap, see whichever one we need. So right now we're going to start off with let's go with our 10 thousandths of an inch. So we're just going to take it, make sure the surface is flat. Oh goodness, pause that. So this one we're going to have our 10 thousandths of an inch, and we're going to take it and just try to slip it underneath. And as we can see, there's no possible way that it's going to go underneath, so we're going to go smaller.
We're going to take a 5 to 6.
So now we're going to go let's go with our smallest one here, our 4 thousandths of an inch. Just for an example, to see, it goes underneath and whatnot. Oh, fuck. So this is our example of our feeler gauge going underneath our gap. So that means there's at least 4 thousandths to a 6 thousandth inch gap. Now, what we do to figure out what the actual gap is we just keep moving up in sizes. See, this one here is going to be our 7 thousandths to 9 thousandths, and it's not going to fit. So we're just going to go down one, down to our, let's see, give us our 5 and our 6. Right here, here's our 5. Boom, look at that. So we have a clearance between here, a 5 thousandths of an inch. Now, we can move on to our second situation. So say we want to measure a piston ring gap. Alright, so we take our piston ring gap feeler gauges, figure out which one we need. Obviously this is going to be different due to your spec, but this one does not quite fit in there. So the same difference, we're going to take our bigger one, go up in sizes, and just keep going until they fit. Now this will be different according to whatever your specification is. Say it needs to be, what is this one measured at? This one is measured in 1.1 millimeters, so it's going to be in millimeters instead of inches. Just so you know. Not all of them are the same. Some of them have inches, some of them are just millimeters, some of them have both. This one fits pretty good. Probably go one more. There we go. Nice and fit. Beautiful. Now, as I was talking, say we want to do something for the table, woodwork. Same concept. Take our straight edge, take your set of feeler gauges, figure out how flat you want this table to be. This one doesn't fit. Obviously, it's going to be our 20 thousandths of an inch. Doesn't fit, too big. So we'll just keep going smaller. 11 thousandths. There we go. We have a gap. Alright, pause it when we have on time. So now we will talk about just overhead use of the feeler gauges, how they're going to treat you. It's just a simple tool. If you treat it right, you treat it with care, you take care of them, you put them in the box that you're supposed to, you close them how they're supposed to, they're going to treat you right. It's metal on metal. It shouldn't wear down too much. Obviously, you're going to get scratches, kinks from the thin ones, pushing on them too hard, and you see they're easily to bend. So, as long as you treat your tools well, they'll treat you right.